Unfortunately, we're going to stream this live on X right after this live ends. There's been a technical glitch, but we'll make sure that X gets their live stream. So we apologize about that wholeheartedly, okay? But shout out to Bigo, Facebook, and YouTube. So let's get into it. So nurses, now I've been getting a lot of calls, have been declassified. I don't know if you can see. There he go. Let me put Junior over here. Let's see how I can put Junior. So, yeah, there we go. That worked better, don't it? Yeah. Okay, look at Junior. Shout out to Junior. We've adopted him now, okay? He is now a Kiwi. Teddy's the daddy, because Shake say he don't want no more kids, okay? So here's the thing. So nursing degrees, professional nursing degrees, whether you're a nurse practitioner or regular nurse, have been proposed to be declassified by the Trump administration. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, this got everything to do with Trump trying to come after the Department of Education and all of that. True, however, let's take some self-accountability for a second here, okay? Just bear with me before you get mad and go in. We have been talking about, for about 5 years now, the scams that's been going on with the nursing degrees. The major scams. I'm talking about nursing degrees that are being given out right next to a Piggly Wiggly and a store that looks like a Chinese restaurant. And people are paying $30,000, $40,000, whether they're paying cash, whether they're getting loans or Department of Education loans, fast food. And these schools that are in Chinese restaurants, soon as you walk into the door, the bell ring because they right next door to the grocery store, Martin's, Kroger, are giving out nursing degrees, and then these nurses are going into the hospitals. And here's the thing, not knowing what the hell they know, patients are not making it out. Labor and delivery is getting so much heat right now because guess what? They got unqualified nurses that have been given degrees because they gave a school a federal loan. And the federal loan, the school doesn't have to honor the federal loan as long as the student signs the paperwork to say that I got the degree. So they have declassified a profession that is really needed, all because of these schools that found a way around the system to scam the Department of Education to give out nursing degrees to people that are killing people, and COVID was one of the reasons that made them get behind it. Watch this old program that we showed y'all 3 years ago. Let's go.
More than 24 people, a group of school administrators and recruiters, have been accused in a wire fraud operation to sell phony nursing degrees, creating what prosecutors describe as a shortcut around educational requirements set by the state nursing boards.
They prepared and sold fake nursing school diplomas and transcripts to nursing candidates, knowing that the candidates would use those false documents to, one, sit for nursing board examinations.
The investigation, known as Operation Nightingale, feds issued warrants in 5 states and say that 3 schools were involved, all in Florida: Sacred Heart Institute, Siena College of Health, and Palm Beach School of Nursing. All 3 institutions have since shut down, so efforts to reach them were unsuccessful. But federal investigators allege between 2016 and 2021, more than 7,600 students obtained fake degrees, paying out about $15,000 each for a total of $114 million.
These allegedly fraudulent documents may have allowed nurses to serve in critical healthcare roles.
More disturbing, authorities estimate about a third of the people that received fake diplomas, or nearly 2,300 people, are actually practicing nursing right now.
All right, so let's leave the administration out of this. Every other professional degree, even a psychologist, is still classified as a professional degree. And I personally don't believe that a psychology degree really deserves all that energy, okay? Now, if you got a professional degree like a doctor's degree and you're actually becoming a therapist, a clinical psychologist, then fine. But sociology and psychology, that needs to be debated on. But here's the thing. Now, a lot of people can argue with this because there are nurses that have done their jobs. There are nurses that have not taken the shortcut and not gotten their degrees off the side of the road in a Chinese restaurant, okay? Well, it used to be a Chinese restaurant, now it's a school giving out professional degrees, scamming the Department of Education. This has been going on. This is just one. This is just one indictment. There are millions. So here's the thing. Why should they classify them as professional degrees if they're able, because there's approximately about 100,000 nurses right now, according to the Justice Department, working in the field now that obtained a fake degree, which means they learned on the job. So why would they need to classify that as a professional degree if they're learning on the job like CNAs? Why do they need to do that? And two, these are the same nurses that let Junior go knowing that his mama was getting high and drinking the entire pregnancy. They said Junior was good. Yeah. Moving on. I know y'all finna go in. It's cool. Go ahead. But we got to take responsibility for this. I got an auntie right now that's a nurse, okay? And she get high off all the supply. All the supply. All of it. A lot of them become nurses because they crackheads. And they want the pills from the patients. Let's talk about it. For real. And y'all want to always blame him. This right now, this ain't him. This got everything to do with us. Everything to do with us. And you know what's the sad part about it? Is most of the people that they came after and literally revoked degrees from were black people. That's the sad, most embarrassing part about it. Yeah. A degree we've been getting even during the civil wars and all that stuff going on. Now we just giving $30,000, $40,000, letting them take the student loan, and then they give you a piece of paper, sign off in it, and then you go get trained on the job, and you wonder why COVID numbers are higher than any other country out here in the world, because you got people that are not properly trained to handle emergencies, and that's why y'all crying right now over the labor and delivery nurses and the triage nurses and stuff like that. Man, bye. Y'all gotta take responsibility for some things, okay? Yes, 9th grade, 3 years. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It's cool. It's cool. Thank you. You said, Tasha, is my in-laws, they African. What that got to do with them? Same nurses as why he ain't got his cleft toe fixed, why he can't hear or see. You understand what I'm saying? Why he can't walk properly, because y'all nurses discharged him and didn't tell the doctor or the CPS so that they could have took Junior and got him the help that he needed. But now Junior is with me getting full service care. He has made it now, and he ain't got to worry about well, I'm a drink, but he ain't drinking no more, okay? He's in AA. Moving on. Yet, unfortunately, I'm not saying it's all black people, but it's majority black nurses. Yes, unfortunately, which is embarrassing. I come from a family of nurses. It's embarrassing. So that's why they're declassifying it, because ain't nobody taking it serious. And if they got all these nurses working right now without formal training, why do they need to classify it as a professional degree? The same thing with nurse practitioners. Why do they need to classify it as a professional degree if they're just giving them out for free? Why? I'm not perpetuating nothing. The statistics are what they are. Blame the schools that are on the side of the road. Don't get mad at me. I'm just reporting the news as to why this happened. Moving on. And shout out to all the nurses that did the work. Did what they were supposed to do, been nurses, gonna be nurses, daughters is nurses, and they ain't shortcuts. I be damn, man, let me tell you something. I know a lot of nurses gonna get mad at me, but I am very, 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 very scared when I see my nurse with a bunch of plastic surgery that look bad. Jasmine, you ever went to the hospital before? And you see them nurses that come in, they got the blow face, the lips, the fake boobs, the BBL, and it's like, you a nurse? You can't even take care of yourself. Give me a nurse with a roller set, please. Give me a nurse with a hairnet on. Give me a nurse with Donald Duck on her scrubs and they baggy. Don't give me a tight, elastic fitting nurse's uniform and you coming in there and when you bend over, you hitting my tray table with my Jell-O on it, talking about here's your meds. And you need them more than I do because of all that botched bad surgery. We're not doing this today. We're not doing this. Y'all can say I sound uneducated, because I am. I ain't got no degree. Y'all got it. Moving on. Why I love this product so much, you can see it's halfway almost gone. This is a mushroom extract gummies. It's because they are loaded with beta glucans, okay? Now, there's a lot of products out here that likes to divide mushrooms up, but all of the mushrooms are compacted into one gummy here, okay? Not only do they increase your energy, they increase your mood, they help you to focus more and things like that. Mushrooms also help to fight oxidative stress on the body, which means you're not gonna age as much, okay? Can you tell that I'm 43? Absolutely not. And I know the jokes out here thinking that I'm in my 50s. I am not, okay? And when people do see me in public, because I'm tiny as hell, they know, all right? They already ask, are you in your 30s? I am, okay? Why? Because I keep mushrooms, whether they are in gummy form, whether they are in liquid form, or whether they are in powder form. This is my go-to travel version. As you can see, they are halfway gone. I take one a day. When I tell you you can instantly feel your energy shift and things like that, just trust me, one or two is all you need. One of the hottest sellers on our website, shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code and get 10% off your first order of the mushroom extract complex. Every time we get a review on these products, I'm going to share it because these are products that I personally use to help better my life and my mood, all right? And so we got a review from a wino. She says, greetings, Miss TK. I just wanted to share with you one thing about the gummies, all right? I saw you on YouTube and you talked about natural remedies and what you took. Now I don't trust a pharmaceutical medication and I suffer with inflammation due to my arthritis in my hands, but I'm 51 years old and when I wake up, I couldn't get out of bed because it takes me a while. So I ordered the inflammation joint therapy and I took it for the first time before I went to bed because that's when your body heals. And on 8/18/25, when I woke up this morning, I was able to get out of bed with no pain. I just want to say thank you so much. I am crying as I write this to you from Phoenix, Arizona. Her name is Brandy G, and she is talking about the Indian turmeric extract, which is in gummy form. Everyone knows that turmeric aids in decreasing the inflammation in the body, which leads to pain. And she's also talking about the chicory root extract, okay, which helps with joint cartilage repair therapy because it's loaded with glucosamine, all right? And glucosamine helps to repair the joints and things like that. Please use the coupon code TK10 when you go to shoptkdeals.com and get 10% off your first order, all right? So I don't know if y'all know, I have a weight limit that I usually don't go over, and that's usually 170 pounds, okay? And so I typically try to keep my weight between 155 and 170 because I look the healthiest. I don't want no sunken in skin as I get older and things like that. I like to look, you know, kind of voluptuous and juicy and shiny and stuff like that. And so one of the things that I do naturally to control my weight without having to use medications is I use Active 8 plant-based mango extract drops, all right? And so what I typically do is I'll put it in some water or put it under my tongue on days when I want to fast or activate a fast, and that's why it's called Active 8. And what I'll typically do is drink a bottle of water while taking one drop of these, okay? And when I say one drop, I'm talking about one whole drop, and it will suppress my appetite for the rest of the day, all right? And so I could typically do this for a 3-day fast, for a 2-day fast, for a 24-hour fast, or even for a 5 or a 7-day fast, okay? And it is plant-based. There's nothing, no chemicals or anything that can harm you. It just helps to suppress your appetite and boost your metabolism, okay? And so, and clear your skin as well. As you can see, my skin is clear as hell, all right? I look healthy and hydrated, all right? And so, listen, if you're trying to shed a few pounds and not gain more weight, please try the Activate Drops, one of our top sellers on shoptkdeals.com, and use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order, all right? Another one of my favorite products, the oil of oregano. And this is actually oil of oregano, organically made and compressed, all right? I keep this around, especially during fall time or during cold and flu seasons or COVID seasons and things like that because it is antiviral, antibacterial. It even helps to fight staph infections. So I always keep this close to me and I travel with it. All you need is 2 drops. If you feel something coming on, I just drop 2 drops in my tea, 2 drops in my water. Trust me, you're going going to feel it. I drink it now. You're going to smell it as well too. And it helps to shorten the lifetime of any virus or illness that I come in contact with, okay? And so for that reason, I keep me some wild organic oil of oregano. You should be able to smell your oil of oregano through the bottle. Please visit shoptkdeals.com. Use the coupon code TK10 to get 10% off your first order. Trust me, you can't live without this, and I can't.